Good morning, listeners, and welcome back. You are tuned in to WCAP 980 AM, and the radio show you're listening to is Internet Marketing and Business Solutions with Ronald Couming from RCS Technology Solutions, where we help business owners achieve even greater success using proven metrics and Internet marketing methods and techniques. The purpose of this show is to provide the listeners with we break the show up into 3 parts. In the first 2 parts, we have subject matter experts come on, and some are local, most are national and regional, and giving away free tips, actionable tips for the users to use and effectively enhance their business opportunities. Today, we're blessed to have in our presence a local person from Arlington, Mass. His name is Brad Powell. He is a business strategist and a videographer who helps entrepreneurs and business owners attract their ideal clients with storytelling video that connects. Brad is the creator of Story Power Strategy that shows small business professionals how easy it is to produce effective video marketing on a small budget. Very important stuff, Brad. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Thanks.
Excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and...
Sure. Well, what I basically do is I help business people tell the story about the kind of thing that they do and the kind of service that they provide for their clients or their customers. And mostly what I see in the marketplace is that most people have their own business, are very passionate, and they're really good at what they do. But when it comes time to talk about their work and to tell their own story about why their work is really important or what difference it makes in the lives of their customers, they kind of fumble the ball on that. And so my work is really about helping them craft that story so that when people hear the story, they're going, oh, they're talking about me. They really understand me and my position and where I'm coming from. And that's probably the most important part that any business person can be working on for themselves.
I have to agree with you 100% on several fronts. First and foremost is you have to connect with the client, the customer. If you're a business owner, and storytelling is a great way to do it because it helps people engage and relate to you. You're not some entity. You are now one of them, and you have a solution to their problem. You feel their pain. And oftentimes in the internet marketing that we do, one of the main things when a person gets to your website or your landing page or whatever it happens to be is it's not about what services you provide. It's about what's in it for me, meaning the customer. So and video is huge. So can you tell us a little bit about your process and how people can learn how to do this? And
Yeah, sure. Well, the tool of choice that I use, because I'm a videographer, is video. And in fact, again, when most people think about making video, they get hung up on the idea that, oh, it's going to be too expensive, or it's going to take too much time, or it's too hard for me to figure out. And what I am showing them now is I actually train people how to use very simple tools like their smartphone, like applications like Facebook Live, so they can just go on and live stream a video message, and they can do this in a regular way and have a real conversation with their customers and their clients that's ongoing. And it doesn't take any extra time. It doesn't take even the length of time it takes to write a blog post. They can be doing this, once a week for 15, 20 minutes, and people will engage with them. They'll actually comment back and forth, and they can have a real conversation in real time with people. And what happens is that people get to know you, and they get to meet you, and they get to trust you and like you before they actually meet you in person. And this is extremely powerful.
Yeah, that's like what Cami, who we both know, talks about reach out, relationship build, reach out, research, and relationship build. That is huge. And one of the other things I know about Facebook Live is you can actually download them and then upload them onto your Facebook page, or obviously, but also to YouTube and to your website and stuff. Do you help people learn the process, the best way to create the videos and then what to do with them?
Yeah, I basically help them develop an entire strategy for how to use video marketing as part of their ongoing content marketing program, so that once you make a single video, even if it's a live video, you can repurpose that. You can take the audio and turn it into a podcast. You can transcribe it and turn it into a blog post or an email campaign. And you can also edit that video further and put it up on your YouTube channel. And all of this, helps you in terms of being in all these different social media areas at the same time, all from a single piece of content that you created in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that you're 100% right, because once you download that from your Facebook page, one, it's native content to Facebook, and that has like 135% better success rate of being seen. Facebook is now charging people to advertise, so it's 3, 2, I heard 2, 4, and 6% of your people will see your posts natively. Now others will like it and share it, and that helps it grow. But when you do the live video, Facebook is going to give you a higher ranking and show more people that than if you create a video, upload it to YouTube, and then post it on Facebook. So kudos to you in those you're teaching.
Yeah, I mean, I have a client who I'm working with right now who is a speech language therapist, and her clients are other speech therapists, and she shows them how to do different kinds of speech therapy activities. And she's, with my help, in creating a weekly Facebook Live broadcast. And the most recent show, the one that just went out last week, which was an interview with another therapist, she got something like, this is organic reach, she got 10,000 views on that single video. It was really quite phenomenal. And this is partly because Facebook likes Facebook Live. This is their own tool, and it's brand new for them, so they're wanting more people to see it and use it. And so if you put out a live video, they will give it a lot more visibility than they would your regular kind of posts.
Yeah, and what I like about it too is, now I had a blog post, a short relative blog post. One was about native posting on Facebook, one was about influencer marketing, and what I did is I talked it. I did the video, I talked it, and then I took the text, and I put a little bit of the text, then I put the video, then I put the rest of the text. So that way there you're getting double the benefit. You're also getting the video, you're also getting the words, and that helps with your search engine optimization and your visibility, your engagement, and it's so easy to do.
Right, absolutely.
and one thing that I know too, like when people create the videos, do you let them know about like 24-hour translation in rav.com? It's like $1 a minute. What they'll do is they will transcribe. You send them the track, and they will transcribe the words for you. So now that one piece of content, that video, they can now have the video, they can have the blog article, then they can put them together, and there's other ways to mix match them, and you can get like 4 or 5 pieces of content from that one.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, if you're speaking for 20 minutes or so, you can break that into very small tips or smaller pieces of content that go out, and that could end up being maybe 3 or 4 separate blog posts. So yeah, that's really, really good strategy.
Yeah, very good. And you're right, if you're talking for 20 minutes, because it's my understanding with Facebook Live, you want to go longer, 7 to 10 minutes at least, so it has chance to, get people out there. You want the engagement. If you're giving instructional stuff, yeah, you want to keep that to 1 to 3 to 5 minutes, because people have a short attention span, and keep it one subject specific. But I love that idea. You can have a 20-minute video covering 3 or 4 subjects. You get the engagement, you get the exposure, and then you break it up and you get 4 different posts.
Right, exactly. And if you have a very strong call to action on your video, that also seems to work very well, especially within Facebook. I mean, one of the mistakes that I see business people making on Facebook when they try to use it is they try to sell directly on the platform, and that doesn't really work. But if you have some kind of free opt-in or a free training or a white page report that you can give away for free on your website, then and offer that in the live video, then people can come to your site and download it for free, and you can capture them as a lead.
Excellent. Now, for somebody who is not too familiar with either Facebook Live, or they're not comfortable with even getting in front of a camera, can you give us some tips on what they can possibly do? But before we get to that, listeners, I want to let you know that this show will be archived both on WCAP's website and my website, RCS Technology Solutions. But Brad, can you give us your contact info? And anybody who's driving, don't worry about it. We'll get his info at the end, and also it's archived.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm actually offering a free Facebook Live training that is coming up. It's a 5-day challenge. It's very simple. Each day you'll spend about 10 minutes making a single live video between Monday through Friday. And you can find out about that at my website, which is awesomevideomakers.com.
And that's with an S, video makers.
Video makers plural, yes.
Okay, excellent. Good for you. And a free offer too. Here I was just giving you his contact info. Now you're going to get a free 5-day course. Excellent. But go on. In addition to what they will learn in that 5-day course, do you have some advice just in case somebody can't take that course?
Yeah, I would say from the confidence side of things, one of the strongest things that I can say is if you come to your camera with your conviction, if you're very clear about, okay, so I'm doing this because I believe in why I'm here. Everyone goes into business because they believe that what they're doing is important, that they have a service to offer that will really benefit the customers or clients that they're working for. And if you come to your video making with that kind of mindset, then the anxiety that you're feeling about, oh, do they like me, or oh, is my hair in the right place, or any of that kind of stuff, that kind of just falls away. The other thing about live video is that no one expects you to be perfect when you're live. You can't be. You're going to say and ah. You're going to make some mistakes along the way, and that actually makes you more personable and more relatable. So it's a really nice medium in that way. Instead of having to do this really polished production, you can really be yourself. And the more actually you can be yourself, the more people are going to relate to you.
It's funny that you say that too. As you're saying that, I'm thinking now, video's been around for a long time, right? Probably predate me, and even though I'm 29, that's the only lie I'll ever tell you, listeners. But I did, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, when it was in its infancy with Instagram and some other platforms. But I remember them saying that the biggest videos that had the most success were the ones where people were waking up in the morning, they were still in bed, they had their hair on, they were just giving a video, and they were just talking about something that they were thinking about, they woke up to, or something. They didn't have makeup on, they were just, they were first thing in the morning, and those were the videos because they were just so real.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, people were real, raw, and relatable.
Well, there's a reason why reality television is so popular, I mean, it's interesting because reality television is not real. Those people are cast, but people
Wait a minute. Are we getting a secret here? Is this some controversy? Survivor's not real?
So, but still, people are glued to watching, what's going on, and they want to see, the authentic... You sort of almost, they want to see the mistakes that people make. That's sort of what makes it more interesting. And
sort of like when somebody falls down, people get a bigger laugh.
Well, kind of, yeah. I mean, the other part is just that, if you celebrate the things, one of the things that I suggest to my clients is this: treat everything you do, especially with live video, as if you're learning out loud, as if you're conducting a live experiment, and you're the person who's going out into the field, trying to learn new things, and you're reporting back with the things that you've learned. And what that means is that you're not always going to win. You're going to have some successes and you're going to have some failures, but people are going to be interested in what you've learned in either case. So if you do something and it's not what you thought, that's just as interesting as something where you got the predicted outcome. And so I say, when you're live, try things out, try new things. Do something that is a little bit different than what the other people are doing. And if it doesn't work out the way you thought, great. People will be very interested in that.
Nice. And so any tips? What can they start on? And here's the biggest tip I want to let people know from my experience is that when you do a Facebook Live, if you don't like it, when you're done and you hit finish, it gives you the option to delete it. So it's true, people will have seen it, but there will be no record of it. So you don't have, or allegedly there's no record of it. Who knows? Them, they keep records unless, it's the people who are supposed to, I don't even want to get into that. They can't find their records, but we can certainly find everybody else's, right?
Right.
So if you get some actual tips on what people can do to overcome their nervousness and maybe increase their success.
Sure. What I like to do when I go live is I like to tell a story, and I like to just come up with something that's happened to me recently. It could be, we're all good storytellers. When we sit around with people at a cafe, we usually tell a piece of our life. And that's a really good place to start. So just talk about something that just happened to you recently. And if you can make that relevant to a business lesson, great, even better. And that kind of beginning, that kind of way to warm up, is a way to put your own self at ease, because we all know, if you start talking about, oh, yesterday I did this thing, and then this happened, and then this happened, you can just start talking quite naturally about something that you completely know about. Another really good way to do live video is to have an interview. And it's you and one other person talking in front of the camera, and you can just have a conversation back and forth. And this takes a lot of pressure off of you being the only person to be staring at the camera. And, the other person, if you have a good person on, like we're doing right here on the radio, they can take it away and they can provide content for you. In fact, it's also better for you because they can bring their audience and be sharing to all of their people on Facebook. So you get that extended reach. But just simply by having a conversation with one other person while you're live, it becomes more natural and much more easy to do.
So maybe what they could do listening to you is when they go Facebook Live, if they have a business or an entrepreneur or something, maybe the first couple of Facebook Lives they could do could just be Facebook Lives about experiences or something, maybe not directly related to their expertise or trying to sell somebody something, but just do a Facebook Live. Like when I was in California recently, I was just walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard, and I seen a cast of characters that a reality TV show would love to have, right? But it was just so cool, and it was so real, and I just filmed it. I mean, it's all on my thing, and I filmed it for like a half hour just as I was walking. So maybe just as a way to get used to it, they don't have to do a serious couple of Facebook Lives, just do a couple for fun. And
yeah, I think that's a great idea. And, just remember, sort of at the beginning, at the end, you want to introduce yourself, you want to tell people who you are, and tell them why you're there and why you're doing it, and why it's important to you. And then you can be talking about anything you want, anything that feels comfortable to you. And at the end, give a call to action. Make sure they know what to do when they're finished watching your video, and thank them. And that's it.
all right, in every video, thank them, huh? Because, yeah, I don't know if I do that myself. I do Facebook Lives. I do regular videos. I do this radio show. I speak from the stage. I do a lot of that. And sometimes I don't thank them. And sometimes I was told before with, like, when I giving speeches and presentations that I'm the one giving them the value. So I don't necessarily say thank you to them. But when you're doing a video, they're giving you their time. So it's probably very appropriate.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And the effective video marketing on a small budget. Can you tell people on how they can start creating some of these videos? It's as simple as, like, right now, I believe you're creating one on your phone as we're speaking, right?
Yes, I'm live. I'm speaking to my audience on Awesome Video Makers on my own page, and this will be up and archived forever. So it's very easy to do. And the small budget thing is that this is free.
Wait a minute. Small budget and free. I think those two go hand in hand. The listeners are going to love that.
So, it's as simple as you turn your phone on, you turn on the Facebook app, and you're live, and that's it. And there's no post-production. You don't have to edit this video. As soon as you're done, it's on. Like, it's actually there on your Facebook page, and that's it. There's no other additional time or cost to doing this. So it's not just low budget, it's just no budget. And it's, no time other than the time it took you to speak through the length of the video, which is why I think it's, so wonderful to do in terms of comparing with other kinds of content marketing. It's very, very efficient way to reach your audience in a very personable, very relatable way.
Now, when you are giving these videos, you're going out to your audience. So if you have 300 people on your Facebook page or personal page, only those 300 people are going to see it, right?
Yes, in the beginning. And then, of course, it can be shared.
Okay.
And shared in a bunch of different ways and with comments. And the nice thing about it is that after the video goes live, there's this replay. And you will actually see more engagement and more comments and liking on the replays. And there are things that you can do there in terms of asking people to share it and keep moving it further during the replay period, which is ongoing.
Yep, Brad, this is a fascinating topic, and you're an amazing person in video. Pretty soon, like in less than 3 years, over 80%, 90% of all web searches are going to result in videos. The blogs that are currently coming up now are going to be going away, or they're going to be like I talked about earlier, where I put video rather, content, video content. That will be what's coming up more in the future. So video's here to stay. How can people get in touch with you? Can you let them know how to get in touch with you, your course again? And this has been very helpful.
Sure. I've got a free 5-day challenge on learning how to use Facebook Live. And you can find out about that by going to my website, awesomevideomakers.com.
Excellent. That's Brad Powell. He is from Story Power Strategies, and you have heard his websites and stuff. And like I said, it's going to be archived up on WCAP's website as well as RCS Technology Solutions website. You've been listening to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show with Ronald Couming from RCS Technology Solutions, where we help people achieve even greater success, business owners and entrepreneurs using various Internet marketing techniques and methods. Thank you.